I'm here at the Guildford Book Festival with Joanne Harris at the Electric Theatre. The book you're going to be talking about tonight is the third in a series, I suppose, returning to a well-loved character. Why did you return to that character?
Well, I didn't really so much return to her as she returned to me. I was writing a story where I wasn't aware that she was going to be a player, and she suddenly came back into my life, and I realised that there were parallels between this book and Chocolat. And so I started to explore that, and up she popped.
Is she a character that you hear the voice of at other times, or does that disappear whilst you're doing another project?
No, Viviane disappears for quite prolonged lengths of time, and sometimes I'm not sure whether she's going to come back or not. I'm aware that her story isn't quite finished. What I don't know is how much of her story I will ever be able to catch up on. In this case, it's been 3 books, it could be 4, it could be more, or this could be it. I sense that at some point in the future, she may pop up again, or there may be a story about one of her daughters or one of the other characters from Chocolat, because I can tell that some of those characters have stories that aren't finished yet.
In this particular book, there's certain themes when you were doing the story initially. What was it that brought you to writing this story?
Well, it was 2010. Ramadan was just starting, and I wanted to write a story about the Muslim face veil because it was in the media at the time. There was a big debate about banning it. A number of countries had banned it already. France looked as if it were about to ban it. And I wanted to explore the idea of identity and perception. I'd done this before in some of my books. And I wanted to go into perhaps why women are beginning to wear the veil when their mothers and their grandmothers didn't wear it in Europe. And it became a story that I realised had to be set in France. And it would have a number of parallels with Chocolat. It was about intolerance, it was about prejudice, it was about differences, and also about trying to find common ground.
And finally, you're talking to fans of the books tonight. Is that side you enjoy, speaking to the readers?
I enjoy it enormously. I think it's great to keep a connection with the readership. It's nice to get the kind of feedback that readers will give you because they don't have an agenda. There's nothing political about their reaction at all. And I've had overwhelming positive response to this book, and it's just great to see the enthusiasm.